black.
I just can't. I'm heavy sometimes and I'm light other times. It doesn't make any sense. These laws of physics don't make any sense. It's inconsistent, I swear.
There's no feeling more intense
tactic.
than starting over. If you deleted your homework the day before it was due, as I have, or if you left your wallet at home and you have to go back after spending an hour in the commute.
That's shit.
If you won some money at the casino and then put all your winnings on red but it came up black. If you got your best shirt dry cleaned before a wedding and then immediately dropped food on it.
Sweet.
If you won an argument with a friend and then later discovered that they just returned to their original view. Starting over is harder than starting up. If you're not ready for that,
Alright, come on,
like
first
if you've
over.
already had a
Let's go.
bad day, then what you're about to go through might be too much. Feel free to go away and come
Every
back.
time, I swear.
I'll be here.
Don't know how to do this one consistently, I swear.
Alright, thanks for coming with
We're
me
like
on
the
this trip.
same thing.
I'll understand if you have to
single
take a
time.
break at any point.
Okay, that's a
Just
good
find a
start.
safe place to stop and quit the game. And don't worry, I'll save your progress, always,
Fuck.
even your
That's
mistakes.
never happened before.
This game is a homage to a free game that came out in 2002, titled
Sweet.
Sexy Hiking. The author of that game was Jazuo, a mysterious Czech designer who was known at the time as the father of
That
B
wasn't gonna
games. And B games are rough assemblages of found objects. Designers slap them together very quickly and freely, and they're often too
Can you
rough and
extend
unfriendly
your
to gain
arm,
much of a
please?
following. They're built more for the joy of building them than
Okay,
as
that's not
polished
supposed to happen,
products.
come on.
In a
I-
certain
why
way,
is it not
Sexy
extending
Hiking
his
is the perfect
arm?
embodiment of a
I'm
B
doing the
game.
wheel tactic.
It's built almost entirely out of found and recycled parts,
Here
and
we
it's one of
go.
the most unusual and unfriendly games of its time.
Please- No.
In it, your task is simply to drag yourself up a mountain with a hammer. And that
There
act of
we go.
climbing, in the digital world or in real life, has certain essential properties that give the game its flavour.
Alright, time to do the skip.
No amount of forward progress is guaranteed. Some cliffs are too sheer or too slippery. And the player is
Terrible.
constantly, unremittingly in danger of falling and losing everything. Anyway, when you start Sexy
Gross.
Hiking, you're standing next to this dead
Come
tree
on.
that blocks
I'm
the way
getting
to the
no
entire rest
upward
of the
movement.
game. It might take you an hour to get over that
Place.
tree, and a lot of people
Right,
never
there we go.
got past it. You prod and you
There we go.
poke at it, exploring the limits of your
Easy
reach
clap.
and your strength, trying to find a way up
Alright,
and over.
down.
And there's a
Chill
sense of
out.
truth in that lack of compromise.
That
Most
was pretty good,
obstacles in
actually.
video
That was
game
really
worlds
good.
are fake. You can be completely confident in your
I think that was
ability to
the
get
best I've
through
actually
them
ever done that
once you have
bit.
the correct method or the correct equipment or just by spending enough time.
Stop going
In
down.
that sense, every
But
pixelated
that's
obstacle
the
in Sexy
opposite of what I
Hiking
just
is
said.
real.
I mean, technically that's not down, that's right, but...
The obstacles in Sexy Hiking are
Stop.
unyielding, and that makes the
Please
game
go
uniquely
up.
frustrating.
Oh my god.
But I'm not sure Jazuo intended to
Why
make
is
a
this bit so
frustrating game.
frustrating?
The frustration is just essential to the act
getting
of
so
climbing,
unlucky
and it's
now.
authentic to the process
a good run, then I
of
got
building a
unlucky.
game about
Okay.
climbing.
Stop. There we go.
A funny thing happened to me as I was building this mountain. I'd have an idea
Okay.
for a new obstacle, and I'd build it, test it, and it would usually turn out to be unreasonably hard. But I couldn't bring myself to make it easier. It already felt like my inability to get past the new obstacle was my fault, as a player rather than as a builder.
Hopefully I can make this
Imaginary
without
mountains
falling.
build themselves from our efforts to climb them.
That was a weird
And it's our
jump, but I
repeated
made it.
attempts to reach the summit that turns those mountains into something real. When you're
Doing
building
the
a video
slow
game world,
strat.
you're
Don't
building
slide,
with
you
ideas.
dickhead.
And that can be like working with quickset cement.
Come on.
You mold your ideas into a certain shape that can be
Slow
played
strats,
with.
Slow strats.
And in the process of playing
Please
with
don't
them,
slide,
they begin to
please don't
harden
slide.
and set until they're immutable, like rock. And at
Okay,
that point,
good,
you can't change the
good.
world. Not without breaking it into pieces and starting
I
fresh
am-
with new ideas.
I am falling short on...
For years now, people have been predicting
Time,
that
I'll
games
say.
would soon be made out of prefabricated objects, bought in a store and assembled into a world. And for the most part, that
I
hasn't
could
happened,
be doing better.
because the objects
not
in
the
the stores are
worst.
trash. I don't mean they look bad or that they're badly made, although a lot of them are.
Gosh.
I mean they're trash in the way that
Smells
food
up it.
becomes trash as soon as you put it in the sink.
What the...
Things are made to be
Hello?
consumed and used in a certain context, and once the moment is gone, they
up.
transform into garbage. In the context of technology, those moments pass by in
There we go.
seconds.
Bloody hell. Alright, come on.
Over time, we've poured more and more
Come on, this
refuse
bit
into this
shouldn't be
vast
too
digital
difficult
landfill
now
that we
I
call
know
the
the
internet.
tricks.
It now vastly outnumbers and outweighs the things that are fresh and untainted and unused.
First
When everything
try.
around us is cultural trash, trash
Nice,
becomes
get
the
outta
new
here.
medium, the lingua franca
let's do
of the
this bit.
digital age. And you can build culture out of trash. But only trash culture. B games, B movies, B music,
That was terrible.
B philosophy.
Too much horizontal, not enough vertical.
Maybe this is what digital culture is. A monstrous
That's good.
mountain of trash, the ash heap of creativity's fountain.
Okay, I
A
just
landfill with everything we ever thought of in it.
Slowly.
Grand, infinite, and unsorted.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna try
There's
not to
3D
fuck up
models
on
of breakfast. Gen X's fanfic
disposables.
novels, scan magazines, green screen Shia LaBeouf, banned
Try
snuff
not
scenes
to
on LiveLeak.
fail on
Facebook's
the
got lifelike
snowballs.
bots with unbranded adverts and candid
Okay,
shots of
there we go.
Kanye and Taylor Swift mashups, car crash epic failed
Be
gifs,
very
Russian dashcam
careful with
vids,
this bit.
discussions of McRibs, discarded, forgotten, unrecycled, muddled, rotten, untitled.
Okay, doing well, doing well.
Everything's fresh for about 6 seconds, until some newer thing beckons, and we hit refresh.
Nice. Okay, up to the
And
bucket.
there's years of persevering, disappearing
Try and
into
do
the
the
pile,
tag
out of
effect.
style, out of sight.
Vertical. Okay, that was terrible.
In this
Oh,
context,
there.
it's tempting to make friendly content that's gentle,
Oh,
that lets you churn
okay,
through it
first
but not
try.
earn it.
Hopefully I can
Why make something
the,
demanding if it just
hopefully
gets
I can
piled
make
up
the
in the
jump.
landfill, filed in with the bland things?
Can I make the jump?
When games were new, they wanted a lot from you. Daunting you,
I kinda
taunting
did make
you,
the jump.
resetting,
Okay.
delaying you.
Hardest
Players
part,
played stoically.
the ice
Now
map.
everyone's turned off by that. They want to burn through it quickly. A quick
The
fix
worst
for the
part of
fickle.
the
Some
game.
tricks for the clicks of the feckless. But that's not you. You're an acrobat. You could swallow a
I
baseball
don't
bat.
know the fucking pocket places, I swear.
Now I know, most likely you're watching this on YouTube
Ah.
or Twitch, while some
Come
dude
on.
with 10 million views does it for you. Like a baby bird being fed chewed up food. That's culture too.
Come on. Just make it to the second wall at least. Come on,
But
please.
on the off chance that you're playing
Just
this,
make it to
what
the
I'm
second
saying is,
wall.
trash is
I just
disposable,
wanna
but
readjust
maybe
my
it doesn't
mouse.
have to be approachable. What's the feeling like?
How do I get
Are you
up?
stressed? I guess you don't hate it if you
No.
got this far. Feeling frustrated? It's underrated.
Oh my, how do I do this?
An orange is sweet,
How do I
juicy
do
fruit
this?
locked inside a bitter peel.
This is the worst part
That's
of
not
the
how I
game.
feel about a challenge. I only want the bitterness. It's coffee. It's grapefruit. It's licorice.
Pocket, nice.
It feels like we're closer now. Composer and climber, designer and user. You could have refused, but you didn't. There was something in you that was hidden,
Okay,
that chose to continue.
still on pace.
It means a
Hopefully
lot to me that you've come this
I
far,
can
endured this much. Every wisecrack,
make
every insensitivity, every setback you've forgiven me is a kingly gift that you've given me. We have the same taste, you and I. It's not ambition. It's ambition's opposite. An obdurate mission to taste defeat. You'll feel bad if you win, so I put this snake in for you.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. My
Have
mouse
you
got
thought
stuck.
about who you are in this? Are you the man in the pot,
Oh,
Diogenes? Are you his hand? Are you the top of
Okay.
his hammer?
Tower time.
I
tower
think
time.
not.
Come on, we're on
Where
good
your
pace.
hand
we're on
moves,
good
the
pace.
hammer
we're
may
on
not
good pace.
follow, nor the man,
Fuck.
nor the man's hand. In this you're his will, his intent, the embodied resolve
No.
in his uphill
That's not
ascent.
what I want you to do. Okay.
Now, you've conquered the ice cliff, the platforms, the church, and the rectory, the living room and the factory, the playground, the construction
Last
site,
hardest jump
the
is
granite
this bit.
rocks, and the lakeside. You've learned to
Bad
hike.
angle.
There's no way left to go but up, and in a moment I'll shut up.
I hate it when my hammer
But
gets
let me
stuck.
say, I'm glad you came.
Ugh, my hammer got stuck. Every time. I hate how it just has a gap where your hammer just gets stuck. It's like you can't really do anything about it, honestly. Come on. Just want to make it up to the satellite. Okay, come on. Hopefully. Don't bang
I
into me.
dedicate this game to you, the one who came this
Okay,
far.
okay, okay.
I give it to you with all my love.
What time? Boom! Sub 10. Sub 10. Damn, okay. Oh, I am so glad I made that. I am so glad I made that.